1 second while I get everything else set up. All right, everybody, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram for the very first time. So once you get in, just let me know if you can see me and hear me okay. Mike says, new guy doing the AMAs. No. Same old guy. Old, unfortunately. Home check inspection says hi, and they can hear me. Instagram, you'll have to be patient with me. This is my first time doing one there, so. If you are on YouTube, let me just say where everything is. If you want to find it on Facebook, you go to superstarseo.com/Facebook. If you want to check it out on Instagram, it's at superstarseo, and on YouTube is superstarseo.tv. Sentosh says hello. Hello, Sentosh. Gene says, what up? Been looking at your content. Thank you for doing what you do. Oh, thanks a lot, Gene. I appreciate that. Ron says, nice setup. Thank you. It's been a nightmare to get this all set up, and I'm not done, but I think it's very much improved from previous weeks. So the feedback I got was very helpful. So when I sent out the survey last week or 2 days ago, whenever it was. So while we're waiting, I'm going to go and check out some of the questions that got asked before we went live. If I can find it. All right, Alex says, what did he say? On mass page workhorse type sites that target every city in the US, what do you do for setting the Google My Business property in terms of using an address? I don't try to rank in maps for mass page sites. I don't really do mass page sites anymore at all, but I didn't try to rank in maps. It was purely organic. So let's see. Latesh says, what's your team composition? Means what type of employer support team? Yes. Chuck fan, but what are the things that you? So hopefully that happens. Must-have softwares for doing better SEO. I'll never say any software is must-have, but if I had to pick one, it would be SERPT. So check out SERPT.net. And that's all the pre-questions we have. Chris says, you have eyes. yeah, I do. Eyes. yeah, I do. Check inspection says, what's the most you'll pay for a link? It just depends on the project, the budget, the price, and things like that. I don't really have any fixed amount on pretty much anything. So. Asim says, great to see you. Glad you can be here, Asim. Joe says, Chris, been watching a ton of your content and utilizing your services lately. Just wanted to thank you for everything that you contribute. Loving Legiit, by the way, as well. Thanks, Joe. I really appreciate that. Stavros says, can I ask you about links? Of course. Christopher says, with press releases, does the actual content matter or the link juice? It depends on what you mean by does it matter. I mean, obviously you want to write something that's engaging so it will drive as much traffic and so it will get approved. But as far as getting them to rank, I mean, I would try to optimize it anyway, but probably not. So I don't know how to turn off alerts while my while I'm doing live on my phone. It's kind of annoying. So if anybody knows how to do that, let me know. Ron says, let's talk about the Google Maps video you made the other day. You said the other day that, excuse me, the other week that driving directions don't really matter. That had been my experience to that point, yes. So are the map markers and radiuses what make the map better? That's kind of what it does, is the map markers are where to get the directions to. Would you embed a geotagged image in every pin? Every pin would probably be going ham, as the kids say. So probably just a few. Would a PBN embed of this map give it a huge boost? I don't know about a huge boost, but it's definitely worth doing. I see you don't link to the map from the PBN. Is this because Jeff said Google kills sites that link to it? I just never have. Sean says, Google Maps videos. Did they enable that again? Is it possible to upload Google Maps videos? Not sure what you mean by that. Let me look over here. Get over there. Nobody on Instagram yet. That's probably because 2/3 of the people there are fake, but you know, what are you going to do? Edison says, I want to hear your take on speed optimization test tools like GTmetrix and Pingdom. My take on them, I mean, if you're doing speed, you need that kind of information. GTmetrix is probably the gold standard. Just do what you can as best as you can with what it tells you. But also don't get so hung up on trying to check everything off that list that you do dumb things that break your site too. So use some common sense, but use the tools as a guide. Stavros says, I have watched some of the training and I just want a simple explanation about what foundational links, citations, etc. are. Okay, so a foundational link is kind of an encompassing term that includes things like citations, social profiles, profile backlinks, and so on. Those are the beginning of your site, at least as far as the off page goes, because that's the foundation. Just like when you build a house, the first thing you need is a foundation. Citations are any place that lists your site along with your name, address, and phone number. Citation means to cite. So they're citing, C-I-T-E, your site, S-I-T-E. So hopefully that makes sense. But don't get too, I mean, maybe we'll put together, like, for the course, a little, like, a what terms mean kind of thing. Maybe that would help some people. We'll talk about that later. Rahul says, we are switching from HTTP to HTTPS. How much traffic drop can we expect? That's kind of a, how long is a piece of string? Just do it the right way and you should be okay. With you, I'll make you a legit video opener. The one you're using now doesn't do justice to how good the website is. You don't have to make, sure, just email me at info@superstarseo.com. I'll make you a legit video opener. The one you're using now doesn't do justice to how good the website is. You don't have to make, sure, just email me at info@superstarseo. I'll be happy to take a look at what you do. I appreciate that offer, Ashley. That's very nice of you. Carrie says, e-commerce section ready yet? Want to make the most value of my time when I sign up with the Academy. You'll have to ask Jeff about that. I think he's getting that up now. Ron says, have you done any experiments with link indexing since Google stopped letting us use the add URL? Only thing that is working for me is Blogger and indexing the post. Jeff said it could leave a footprint. What's your opinion? I don't worry that much about indexing. Go through the process. If they don't get indexed, that's fine. Google knows that or that you just mentioned. If they get indexed, that's great. If they don't, that's great too. Forcing it to index isn't going to make Google go, okay, I'm going to rank your site higher, if that makes any sense. So hopefully that answers that. Stavros says, thanks. Thanks, Stavros. Jeff says starting soon. So there you go, Carrie. Ashley says tips for roof SEO, meaning if you're trying to get roofing clients or in ranking. Niche doesn't matter that much in ranking. Just get your foundation, your on-site right, build the right kinds of links, and you'll rank. Somebody on Instagram says hi. I said hello. Christopher says, is there any benefits to the new Google post? I don't have data specifically on that, but they wouldn't put it there if they didn't want you to do it. So I say build one every now and then. Try to optimize it like you would a post on a regular site. Don't spend a lot of time on it, but it's definitely, if they put it there, they want you to do it. Ron says, okay, I've been going nuts about getting things indexed. Yeah, I get it. We're used to it, but it's really become, I really think they're trying to crack down on that, and you don't want to fight them. So Asen says, what is your checklist to make sure that your site is mobile friendly and will pass the current update of moving all site to mobile algorithm? Just do the Google mobile friendly test. If they think it's mobile friendly, then that's good enough for me as far as SEO. You grab some water. Now check out my $60 water bottle. Tells you when to drink, when to not. As much thought of I can remove from my day as possible, the better. Alex says, for clients that have an address in a smaller city near a larger one that gets the lion's share of search traffic, is there a way to get the featured service map with directions from local pins to rank for the larger city? Can you break that down a little more? I don't totally follow what you're asking. Joe says, I purchased all of the lead gen videos that you offer. Lifesaver. That's awesome, Joe. I'm utilizing a bunch of them for actual questions. Are scrolling faster than I can read them. Hold on. I lost my place. Sorry about that. For actual lead gen sites here on Long Island. These properties have their own domain, citations, etc., so they have their own YouTube channel as well. To utilize many more videos that I would like to rank on their own, can you please suggest how one should go about utilizing these videos? I'm unsure whether to begin to build a new channel and keep uploading the videos to the same channel, which will begin to become a stronger channel, I imagine, or a new channel for each niche. If you're trying to like generate leads from those videos, one channel per niche is fine. You can do one per business. It really doesn't matter that much. Whatever makes sense from an SEO perspective, it doesn't matter that much. So just pick what makes sense for the business or the types of clients you're trying to attract, if that makes sense. So. What platform do you use to report and monetize client data? I don't know what you mean by monetize their data. Report. I don't do a ton of reporting. I just do ranking reports. But back when I did, I just created something in either Word or in PowerPoint. Christopher says, you have any good people who do speed optimization? No matter who I hire, plugins or settings, I seem to struggle to get my site down to 3 or less seconds. Check out Scott Allen in the Facebook group. Let me see. Perfect do follow and no follow ratio. I don't pay that much attention to that. I just build the right links with the right anchor text. And they're in SEO, there's nothing that's perfect. So Randy says, hey, sorry, I'm late. Well, you got to go, Randy. It's like in college if you show up 15 minutes late. So sorry. Just kidding, buddy. Thanks for being here. They're very useful. I think it's a great thing to incorporate in your campaign to build some authority, build some trust, and I didn't want to give the impression that I was trying to hide something. Ron says, so I did a test yesterday on Chrome Mobile Incognito for my site. Business is 15 miles from my house, close to center of city. I allowed Google to get my location, and I ranked number 20. Did another incognito search without allowing them, and I ranked 15. Does geo have an impact on Google organic results? Oh, absolutely. They're getting smarter and smarter about knowing where you are and serving you the closest results to you. In my opinion, that's not the best for their user experience. For example, if I'm looking to hire an accountant, I don't care if one is 5 miles or 15 miles. I want the one that's going to do the best job. So I think they should rate based on reviews more for that type of business on the area. But you got to deal with the world the way it is instead of the way the world should be. So there you go. Gene says, do you use paid ads to drive client leads, or do you focus on SEO organic? Oh, absolutely. There's nothing that beats paid ads, in my opinion, in as far as growing a business, because you need to be able to know if you put X amount of dollars in, you're going to get X amount of dollars out. And paid ads are the only way to do that, because you can get, once you get it right, it's basically an ATM machine. You know, if you can put in $1 and make out 2, meaning in your case, getting clients, that is absolutely worth it. So definitely use paid ads. Ron says WP Rocket. Mayor says acquired one domain. What's the best practice? Can we redirect hundreds of URLs to relevant URL? And what should I do with non-relevant URLs? Acquired domain has 0 spam score and has good DAPA. What are you wanting to use it for? If you want to use it for a money site, you want to use it for a PBN, something else, let me know that and I can answer that a little better for you. Randy says, hey, new sunglasses. Nice. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Like I said, it's 420 and don't want to give the impression that I'm hiding some red eyes. Just to be clear, perfectly blue. Well, or whatever color. Jeff says, check the Academy for the latest video. Not sure who he's referring to there, but good advice in general. Christopher says, good advice in general. Christopher says, do you use any optimization tools for Facebook or AdWords? No. No tool in my experience has gotten the job done. It's just something you got to learn how to do if you're going to do it. Alex says, the Legiit featured service for snack pack rankings is what I was referring to. Is there a way to use one Google map with 90 plus places, 5 geo-tagged photos, 15-mile radius, 5 driving directions, and secret recipe? The client does not have an address in the larger city, but they're physically. I'm going to tell you what, tag, he's actually right below you, but tag Robbie Rizik in the group, and he can answer that better than I can for you. He's a little more experienced with the technique than I am. See? I'm not afraid to admit when I'm not. When somebody else can give you better advice, I'm not afraid to let them give you the advice. Robbie, speak of the devil, Robbie says, what should I drink to stay up at night to deliver all these awesome Legiit? Great setup, Chris. Oh, thank you. Thank you. As far as that, you should drink a lot of water. That's not a joke either. I've been drinking a lot more water lately, and the increased amount of energy I have is through the roof. Way better than caffeine ever did for me. So there you go. That was a serious answer to a not serious question. Ron says, how do we optimize? Ron says, how do we optimize to rank higher for geo on organic? Do you mean like, I don't know, Philadelphia plumber? Is that what you mean by geo on organic? I'm not sure I totally followed. Oh, crap. All right, looks like my camera on Facebook just timed out. So one moment. That's not cool. Until that we're live. I'll figure out what happened there. Told you I wasn't completely ready. That's embarrassing. Ads roughly 30% of your marketing budget. What do you think is the biggest problem in the SEO industry? Oh boy. All right. I'm glad we got this question. This is going to be a fun one. I think that the biggest problem is there's a lot of people that want to be an SEO that don't want to do SEO. And what I mean by that is they want to go out and get clients and then buy a gig or a service, depending on what site you buy it from, and then not do the SEO. They don't want to understand the process. They want to throw a bunch of gig services out there and not have a plan to get them from A to B to C and so on. I see that a lot. Like I'll get a message after they buy one service, like $12 service from me. When will I see the effects of this? I was like, it doesn't work that way. You need to have every service be a part of a bigger plan, meaning that you need to know when you bring someone on, you're going to do this, and this. And if you don't want to do the work yourself or don't have the time or the budget or whatever, then you can find a service to do this, and this. But don't do one service and try to get the effect from that service. have a plan, have a process. That's why we did the academy, is so you can have a blueprint of you start from here, you do this, 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 and you get to there. And then the other side of that is that, right, or they buy a course and they don't watch the material in it. Like, it almost seems like people want to get rich quick off of it, and that's not really what SEO is. You're a trained, skilled professional, just like any other profession, a lawyer, attorney, a doctor, whatever. Like, you have to learn your craft. You have to get better at it. You can't just buy a service here, a service there, and so on, and expect to be able to rank. And you can't test the effect of one service. Each service is part of your SEO campaign. And that's really something people are getting wrong and needs to change, in my opinion. And part of that's on sellers too, on service sellers, because they hype it up as a all-in-one package or something like that. Like, I get it because it's sales copy and they're trying to make sales, but it's a disservice to their customers. They need to set expectations properly. So that's the biggest problem, is people need to learn how to do SEO if they're going to do SEO. And then they need to have a process for doing that SEO, and they need to be able to execute it without just relying on throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what works. So hopefully that helps with that. Oh, sorry, I didn't get off on too much of a rant there. Let me grab some water. Christopher says, is there any SEO pros you follow on YouTube? Not really. Not SEO specifically. There really aren't that many. There's one that puts out a lot of content that I don't watch that much of, but he puts out a lot. The only internet marketing channel I really even watch is Alex Becker's channel. So I don't spend that much time on YouTube. I probably should, because there's a lot of great information there, but no, I can't really give you any good recommendations for SEOs other than me. That, by the way, was a joke, not actually that vain. Apparently some people don't get that, but it's just kind of my sense of humor. So I'm sorry if my joking offends you, but I'm probably not going to stop. So next question. Raul says, does paid marketing affect organic ranking? It could. I don't see why the click-through rate and the traffic wouldn't help. So I can't say for sure, but I think it does. Ron says, previous question. Jeff says we have audio. Yeah, I think there's a setting in my camera I have to put to make it not time out. So I'll have to look into that. So it's probably going to happen again here in a few minutes. So forgive me. Bear with me. Randy says, in general, for a 6-page website, how many hours do you think is needed for just on-page SEO tasks? 2 or 3. I mean, it depends on if it's new, if it's messed up, that sort of thing. Still no questions on Instagram. That hurts my feelings. That's actually good, though. It gives me a barometer of how many people actually follow me on Instagram and how many bots actually follow me. So there you go. Asum says, excuse me. Asum says, for affiliate sites, what is the minimum number of posts before off-page SEO can kick in? 1. But if you're on like a blog type affiliate site, I don't have a minimum. I target each one to a different keyword, and then you can start off-site whenever you want. With with affiliate SEO, you can be a lot more aggressive with the link building. So that's kind of the only difference between that and local SEO. That and the fact that you have to worry more about conversion, and there's a few types of links you can't do just because you don't have an address. So hopefully that answers that. Raul says, best tool for SEO audit. If for one that you actually want to do the work based on the audit, it's Quora. If it's for one to like give a prospect or a client some information, then it's SERP. Fahad says, nice shirt. Funny you should mention that, Fahad. Starting next week, I'm going to start including, for the people that win the Legiit Featured Service of the Week, are going to get their very own Legiit t-shirt. So anybody else that's won one in the past, go ahead and message our support at legiit.support with your name, address, and shirt size, and we'll send you one if you want one. And then going forward, everybody that wins is going to get their very own Legiit t-shirt. So Mandy says, hi, Mandy, or says, hi, Chris. Hi, Mandy. Good to see you here. And we're caught up on questions everywhere. So I will wait for the questions to get back up, and my bottle is blinking, so I'm going to take another drink. Alex says, do you build a Google brand page when doing affiliate SEO or skip it since there's no business address? I haven't done that, but you could make up an address and make one if you want. I mean, it probably isn't going to do any good, but it might. So, oh, we have our first Instagram question. Evan says, I follow you. Well, thank you, Evan. He says, what is your website? You can learn everything about me at superstarseo.com. And then you can check out the marketplace that I started, which is Legiit, Legiit.com. Looks like we're caught up on Instagram. Randy says, will you or have you covered retargeting in one of your courses? Yeah, in the free one that I gave out last week, and I'm sure you got in on that, the Legiit Business Accelerator, retargeting is going to be the primary focus of the course, actually. So Malik says, which Legiit service can push the ranking of the website currently on page 2? Need a bit more information on that. So maybe ask in the group. Yeah, Randy, retargeting is like pretty much my entire ad strategy because, excuse me, I've never been able to get interest targeting to work that well. So for me, what I like to do is collect leads and then build lookalike audiences and do it that way. It's also part of why I do, excuse me, and got too many questions going on. It's part of why I do YouTube as well, to build up a retargeting list. So we're going to be talking a lot about retargeting. James says, nice. I missed the course. Where can I buy the retargeting course? If you go take the survey that's in the group, you'll get it for free. So just search the group for anonymous, and you'll find the post that I'm talking about. Asim says, for affiliate sites, what is your take on building citations and powering them up for the sake of link diversification? I think it's a great idea. Those are high authority links, and the address doesn't matter. So if Yelp decides to be well, anyway, you can, it doesn't matter. So it's worth doing, I think. Raul says, my site's logo is not showing in Knowledge Graph. What should I do? My social pages are also not showing there. It's kind of a big question. It has a lot to do with schema and with other things like that. So that's probably a better one to ask in the group, and somebody else can kind of give you the details, because there's a whole bunch of different things it can be, but it's going to be schema and the way you have your site set up and some stuff in Search Console as well. Alan says, Brill cream or styling mousse? I actually prefer a gel that my hair artist recommends. There has been a lot of posts in the group around indexing and indexing speed. Can you talk a little about that? Yeah, we kind of covered this just a bit ago, but people are way too, I don't want to say obsessed, but way too focused on indexing lately. Create your links, make the on-page right, do the links to them. You can submit them to Search Console if you want, but if they don't index, it doesn't mean Google doesn't know they're there, and it's not going to impact your rankings. So don't spend more time on it than you have to. If they're going to have an effect, they're going to have an effect. So don't worry about it. Spend less time on that. Move on to the other parts of your campaign. Ron says, stay away from Yelp like the plague. Yeah, I agree. I'm getting to like them less and less. And judging by the response, the post I made about that got, I think that I'm not the only one. Ron says, how about schema.org, creative work markup? I've been seeing my competitors using it as their descriptions on main page. What should it be used for? The only thing I use schema.org for is to validate schema. I don't even really use it for that, to be honest. So I don't know what you mean about them using it. So I'd say just get your schema right and don't worry about the site. JSON LD is the. Right, looks like we're caught up again. Everybody like here? Cool. SERP is my favorite. If you need something free, check out Keyword Tool. Creative work markup. I don't know enough about that to answer that. Alex says, what do you recommend for traffic to boost SEO? And it's search and click traffic to drive SEO, then I guess crowd search is probably as good as you're going to get. I don't have a great recommendation. I've not found something that really makes me happy with it. your best bet is to do some paid ads or something like that. So there's not a great service that I found that really works the way I went to, and it's really, really hard to verify that it's helping. So not saying that it doesn't, but it just, I don't have any. That's the best I can answer that for you, unfortunately. As far as getting Reddit traffic for SEO, I don't think that's a great way to go, just because skateboard. It's actually both. It's a skateboard that was just a plain board that one of my friends who took and did, I guess, airbrush or something like that on it. So I thought it was really cool. He gave it to me. I think it's really awesome. So he's actually on right now. If he wants to identify himself, that's up to him. But I don't want to flood him with a bunch of, can you do that for me kind of things. MD says, hi. MD says, who is SEO? SEO stands for search engine optimization, meaning that you optimize a website or video or other property to show up higher in Google ranking. I hope that's what your question was. Bounce rate for crowd search, it just kind of depends. You can actually configure that in crowd search. Hope Media Group says, what's up, Chris? Hey, what's up, Hope Media Group? I wish YouTube gave real names. It's a little weird to say that too, you know. Atham says, for local SEO, what do you do to rank the same listings in different cities? For example, a towing firm that is located in Austin, Texas, but wants to rank in the maps for towing in Dallas, Texas as well. Technically, you're not supposed to be able to, but you would need to get a new address and a new page and basically treat it like a separate location with a separate business. So there's a few ways to get addresses when you don't actually have a physical address, but they aren't completely white hat. Jeff Newman, we met at OMG in Miami. I mean, oh yeah, hey Jeff, how's it going? I did. Oh, you mean like this? Maybe your schema got removed or something like that, or rating the schema. So look at your schema for that. And if you didn't have schema to begin with, I don't know how you were getting them. So that's the answer to that. Jeff said, what do you think about niches? If they're legitimate niche edits where someone has allowed you to edit posts on their site, then it's okay. Most of the time, that's not what you're getting. You're getting SQL injection links on hacked sites. So trust your seller and go from there. If you can't do that, I mean, it's up to you. But in my opinion, if you don't know the seller well enough, they're probably going to be SQL injection links, and you don't want that. I'm not going to get into what a SQL injection links is. Who do I recommend? Check out, excuse me, the only one I trust for them. I don't do a ton of niche edits anyway, but that's the only one that I know him personally enough to where I trust his credibility, whatever you want to call it. He's the only one that I trust to do that. I think I know probably who you're asking about, and I wouldn't trust that person. All right, are we caught up, or am I just not seeing any questions? So far, we are caught up on questions. Jeff says, got it, yeah. Raul says, are social bookmarkings and directories still working? Not as an individual thing, but those can still be used in your link building campaign. Those are parts of your foundational links that somebody was asking about before. I think it was Stavros. Alex says, on mass page sites, does it look strange to Google to build links to larger city inner pages, but not to smaller cities? No, because it makes sense, right? Larger ones are going to attract more links because there's more people that know about it. So there you go. Jeff says, good job on all your YouTube vids. Love your content. Thanks a lot, Jeff. I appreciate it a lot to me. Do you know Jeff's secret Google thing that is coming out in 6 months? Yes. Jeff is going to release that in the Academy whenever he wants to, probably soon. It's just has to do with the way you optimize the text on your site. So Jeff, you can go ahead and release that whenever you want to the Academy. if you want to get in privy to that kind of information, thank you for allowing me the chance to pitch something. You can check us out at Superstar SEO Academy. So go to superstarseo.academy.com and check out Superstar SEO Academy. Michael says, where can I get free backlinks for a towing business? Social media is probably the best for free backlinks. Twitter, Facebook, that sort of thing. You can get comments, things like that. Now, free links aren't going to be. Jeff says, oh, he's saying Roger. Okay. Sorry about clearing my throat. I know that annoys people, but get hoarse pretty quickly. Why do they call it hoarse? What about paid? The best place would be, to have your own PBN, to get guest post links that you can pay for, and the best place to get them from, Legiit, Legiit.com. Ayaka, and I apologize if I got your name wrong. Is there any way just lining these up for me today? But check out Legiit.com. Social signals affect organic ranking? Absolutely, yes. Ayaka says, I love that skateboard, by the way. Thank you, thank you. The person that created it is on, and he appreciates that too. So. Alex says, is it a problem to get social signals for the same provider for the same site over and over if the signals are coming from the same accounts, or is that fine? No, it's fine. Well, I can only speak for the way I do them, but I do them in a way that won't be a problem. I don't think it'd be a problem from anybody, but I do them in a way that won't. So Jason says softballs for you. Yeah, I mean, I'm not on here to pitch things, but if you give me the opportunity, I'm not going to not take it. That was a double negative. I'm sorry. My mom would have gotten on me for that. Not even kidding. All right. We'll wait for some more questions to roll in. Oh, the camera snafu. I think this has been a good one so far. If anybody has experience with that sort of thing and knows like what settings I should turn on and off, please let me know. I'll be happy to work. Alex says, can you tell us about Legiit? Nope, never heard of it. Aaron says, I'm late. I'm sure you're not pregnant. Don't worry about it. Randy says, lots of discussion in the last few days about PBNs. What are your thoughts? Use them or not? I absolutely use them. You do need work, and to me, if competition is using them and you're not going to win. So they aren't the entire part of the strategy, but you can't, I'm not even going to say you can't rank without them, but you're putting yourself at a disadvantage for no good reason. So Legiit.com. It's going to start to seem like I have ringers asking questions, but it's Legiit.com. Oh, says spam score, does it affect organic ranking? If you mean more, then absolutely not. Car Expression says late also. That's quite all right. We're here for as long as we want you to be, or as long as you need me to be. It's funny that you asked that question, Ron. You'll find out why soon. Have your clients seen impacts from recent voice and mobile algo updates? Not that I've seen, no. My site has been taking a bit of a hit lately, so that's actually good. It gives me a chance to figure out what is going on and let you guys know. Aaron says, laugh my ass off. Pardon for the foul language. Apparently that's something I do too much of too. That was not me being passive aggressive either. That's some feedback I got, is that I use too much foul language. I just read from someone not to use PBNs on e-commerce sites. Thoughts? There's literally no reason you can't. The only thing I would say about that is e-commerce sites tend to have hundreds and thousands of pages, so it's not necessarily as economical, but it has just got some really nice PBN links on Legiit. Great seller, great service, great communication, but the PBN had quite a few internal gambling posts. Will that hurt us over time or immediately, even though the PBN had great metrics? It's not ideal. I don't allow gambling posts on mine, but if it hasn't affected your ranking, it probably won't. Christopher says, what schema plugin do you recommend? Project Supremacy. It says, cuss all you freaking want. It's your show. Yeah, I agree. And I do think it has its place, and I'm not going to cut it out altogether, but I also get that it offends some people. So Ron says, the CrowdSearch website is crowdsearch.me. Yeah. Sometimes you have to get creative to find a way to sign up for it, but yeah. Looks like we're caught up again. What's everybody doing this weekend? I actually am going to get out of the house this weekend. I've been attempting to be more social. So something I need to work on. So that's what I'm going to do, even though I have no desire to really do so. But I'm going to go hang out with some of my friends. Raul says, what should I do? Not lost social share counts when moving from HTTP. Okay, so it's going to look like you did, but you won't really. Like, Google is going to say you have 0, but you really don't. Aaron's, I'm not going to drink, but you can have some extra for me if that makes you, if you want to do that. Jason says, big 4-ring IFTT or SynWire, or just do both, especially for ranking video. Definitely do the IFTTT. You can't make up for the power that the instant syndication gets you. If you need the extra power and you're really going hard on ranking videos, SynWire will help a lot too. And we're caught up again. Don't want to sit here silently. We got any more questions? I'm sorry about that, Car Expressions. He's saying that there's a connection issue. I don't know what to tell you. Seems like it's coming through okay. The health shows really well, so I don't know what else I can do about it, unfortunately. Randy says he bought a 5-tiered IFTTT on Legiit. Was it when you first hit 15K a month recurring? Did you have a place where you kind of got stuck for a while, and what did you focus on to get past it? If you get stuck at any particular income level, you're going to have to start doing new things. The things that got you to 10K a month are not going to get you to 100K a month. And I know that's uncomfortable and it's a risk, but you can't get past where you are without doing what you've already done. But you can't get past where you get stuck at doing the things that got you there in the first place. You're going to have to expand, whether it's, like I said, it's another tactic, bringing on more people, creating better systems, something. So identify where the bottleneck is and do what it takes to get past it, whether that sucks or not, basically. That's kind of vague, but that's really the answer. So Christopher said, yeah, speed sucks. I think because you're streaming too many cameras. Nah, I don't think that's what it is, but sorry about that. Maybe check out Facebook. I think that'll be a better feed. How is it on Facebook? Am I getting choppy there? Or no, they're saying it's much better on Facebook. So maybe it's the, I don't know. I'll look into that and see if there's something I can do on YouTube. I can't do it now, obviously, but I'll see why it's doing that. So sorry about that. Alex says questions are scrolling past me again. William says, find me a WordPress ninja. Depends on how much you need and how expensive you want to go. I may have a name for you. So message me after. Aaron says, do you have any employees? Yes, I have. It depends on how you look about it, and I'm never going to tell you his name. We're already still hanging out there for a while. Get past it. So more of the same isn't the answer, I guess, is what I'm saying. Couldn't even get on Facebook earlier. Everybody else is saying Facebook is working fine, so I don't know what to tell you. It's in the Facebook group. That's all I can do. I mean, I wish there was something else I could do, but. How big is the team working on Legiit now for support and development? You had to hire a lot of people already? The development team is, my partner handles that, and I think he's got, if I ever respond to a ticket, I put my name on it. And I just check in there every. Raul says, how can I get backlinks from high DA websites? Email the owner of the website and ask them to do a guest post. Oh, here we go again. All right, I'll be right back. What setting that is, let me know. Sorry about that. The accounts need to be logged in and new friends added. How do you maintain the social accounts? I'm a newbie with SimWire, but can't imagine logging in all those accounts to make them. No, I don't. I can set up with a picture and maybe like a description, and that's it. So again, people saying it's good on Facebook, so no lag, other than the camera going out every X minute. As far as 60, there's no option to change that I know of. How do you reach new clients? And this is from Aaron, as a digital marketer. I don't do any marketing, which is sad, but it's because my referral network is on point. You kind of answered your own question there, buddy. Like, you're just going to have to do some marketing. If you're asking what techniques work best, cold calling, if you can get somebody that's good at that, or if you're good at that. Otherwise, LinkedIn is great, and so is email if you do it right. But I mean, a cobbler's, what's the expression? The cobbler's kids have no shoes, or something like that. But that's the answer. How I get SEO clients easily? I have a digital marketing team. Are you asking me if you have a digital marketing team, or if you should? Just cold calling, emailing, kind of what I just said. You know, none of it's easy though. I mean, you have to give them a reason to work with you. Just started with Crowdfire. Should I still do curation or something like that? I can't answer that until, because I don't really know what it is. I know I've heard Jeff talk about it, and I think it's just a content curation tool, but I'm not going to swear to that. Jeff says, yeah, it's Crowdfire's content curation. So I guess the thing to do would be to syndicate your content that you get from, like, post to social media too. I'm not going to just guess. It's not, if it's a content syndication tool, you can use it to syndicate out to your IFTT properties. So there you go. Ron said he used the free version until they canceled it and he wouldn't pay for it. Makes sense. And we're caught up. I'm trying to think of something to fill the silence while the questions load up. This is where having guests on makes things a lot easier. Easiest way. This is kind of a big question, but if you go through cloudflare.com, it'll be free and they can kind of speak through it. It's probably the easiest way to answer that. Is there a legit service for Facebook content? I have a few social media clients and keeping up 4 accounts, posting 2 to 3. I haven't used one for that, but I'm pretty sure there is. There's definitely a social media management section. And if there's not, somebody that can do it, then ask in the group, in the Facebook group or in the Legiit group, and I guarantee you somebody will find you. There needs to be, because that's a big service that a lot of businesses need. What's the one thing you would do differently in your business? I would pick what I wanted to be sooner. I did a lot of different crap in the down on doing. I would have gotten enough client business to get an income stable, and then I would have focused on brand marketing and providing services and digital products. That's what I would have done differently. Basically, favorite wrestler, current, probably Daniel Bryan since he's back. All time is either Hulk Hogan or CM Punk. Hulk Hogan I liked as a kid, and he's turned out to not be an awesome person, but that's not really the question. CM Punk is somebody I have a lot in common with, straight edge, and I recommend setting up a service on Legiit. That's been missed. Aaron says thanks. David says 99 social. Yeah, I've used $99 social before. Go Paul says hello. Hello. Ron says, would you suggest 301 redirecting an expired domain at auction if it has a clean link profile, or is it just not worth the risk? I do that on occasion. Don't go crazy with it. Like, you get like a SiteGround has encrypt for SSL. Is that okay, or is it not real SSL? I haven't used it. I don't know. Gopal says, how are you? I literally could not be better, Gopal. How are you? What's $99 social? It's kind of a white label social media management service. Was it good? It was good enough. How to get ranking on Bing and Yahoo and USA? The same way you do on Google, but you can be a lot more aggressive with your anchor. EMDs work SEO over there. Months? Well, there you go. Aaron says, I have a client that I am building a website for, and they take credit applications on the site. Since it's a credit app, they will be taking socials on the form. What is the best way to protect the site from being hacked, considering they will be capturing super personal info? There are, I can't remember the name of it right now, but there are applications out there that are specifically designed for that sort of thing. So look into that. It's like Secure Sign or something. That's not right, but there's that. As far as keeping the site from getting hacked, just the same principles, security principles you'd put on anything else. So site lock, yeah, site lock is another thing. So yeah, those are the main things, but I would almost hire a security expert if you're that. VeriSign, thank you. That's what I was trying to think of. And just as many security measures as you can and that sort of thing. A security expert, but there you go. Khalid says email marketing and cold calling are enough for getting clients. They do everything and figure out what works for you, but those are good ones to start. If you can do cold calling, you can make a lot of money. The guy that teaches cold calling course, somebody I met through a beginning years ago, and he had 18 clients all for months. So, but it's something you have to know how to email marketing. Aaron says, okay, cool. I plan on doing a reCAPTCHA login to the back end of WordPress. Definitely do that too. You may even do two-factor authentication. Also change the login page. Yeah, those are standard security practices. So yeah. Best strategy to get snack pack ranking in a city you're not in. Is an address 100% necessary? I don't want to say it's 100% necessary, but it pretty much is. Like, you can get it by accident, but Secure Press or Sakuri, I think it's pronounced, something like that. And then, change your word, make sure you have password stuff. So, but as far as removing links, you're just going to have to do it. It happened to me years ago, and I manually had to go through and remove them all. It was a disaster. Oh, looks like Instagram ended on me for some reason. Oh, well, nobody was on there anyway. I have to wrap this up because it looks like YouTube is on that, though. I just get a lot of comments about that on the survey, and I think you knew that because you asked me about it, but in general, I get so many comments, good and bad, about that. It's very funny what people choose to be concerned about. Get some more water. Yelp, is there a hack way to receive reviews? No. I've been talking about Yelp quite a bit lately. I think that they are absolute garbage, so avoid them like the plague. I know you got to have them for your local ranking, but don't push them as a way to get reviews or anything. Stay away from them as much as possible. If your client wants them, you're going to have to ask them to ask their customers. So, and even then, like, legitimate reviews often don't get posted because they're a bunch of freaking extortionists, in my opinion. They even got sued for extortion, but they won the case. I have got to work on my Instagram audience, apparently. I only have viewers. Bing uses Yelp for reviews. Yeah. I mean, go Google like is Yelp extortion or something like that. Lots of people like talk about it. I probably should stop right there. So, what are the ways to get the social shares and comments back and maintain the social? They're still going to be there. Like they still count. It just if you need to see that number, you're going to have to do everything again. But you don't need to do that. It's just they're there. If that makes sense. Like they're there. It just those tools aren't very sophisticated, so they don't know how to. They don't know that that's the same URL. As far as your ranking, it doesn't matter. Put their resume basically in the comments. That's nice. Thanks for that. Ross says, Yelp approved way to get reviews. Ask your clients to ask their customers to check in on the Yelp app. Yelp will then ask them to leave a review. Official Yelp guidelines say never ask. Well, there you go. Even then, I've seen them reject perfectly legitimate reviews, but it is what it is. All right, guys, anything else? Seeing as Facebook is, or excuse me, Instagram is this picture. Got to run. Thanks, Chris. Back to the 79. Thanks, Ken. He has a nice deck. Oh, thanks. I haven't skateboarded since I was a teenager, but I think it looks cool, really cool, and I think he did a great job. He's an incredibly talented artist. Alex says, thank you. Thanks, Alex. Thanks for showing up. Jason says, have a good one. So I guess people are checking out. What are on-page strategy Google right now? That's kind of a big question, but just optimize your anchor text, not your anchor text, your H1 tags, your keyword density, outbound links, that sort of thing. On-page SEO could be a whole course in itself, but do you recommend a map embed for ranking in the snack pack for a national company? For example, doing 250 points for each city across the US? And if so, I don't know that would work or not. That's probably overkill. I haven't done it, so I can't really say, but that's completely conjecture, though. I don't know. How many PBNs would you build? I'm building PBNs to a large site that I would keep building until it ranks. There's no fixed number on pretty much anything in SEO. I'd keep working on it until it ranked, and then I'd stop. Aaron says, Chris, you're the man, almost as cool as Jeff Cozio. I don't know if I can get that cool. Now that I think about it, somebody that filled out my survey said that they don't like my hat. Now, I literally do not own a hat. So nowhere have I ever put one in my online career. So I wonder if they were thinking of Jeff. I think somebody doesn't like Jeff's hat, which is tragic, but everyone has their opinion. So it is what it is. I can't believe I just said it is what it is. That's one of those things that my parents used to say that I hated. So best answer for how many links is how many stars in the sky. Yeah. All right. It looks like questions are pretty much dying down. So I think we're going to go ahead and call it a day. Maybe my black hat. Out of curiosity, is it possible to rank a blogger blog? Sure. Yeah. It's not what I would do, but I think it can. I mean, it's Parasite. So, and I'm afraid my camera is going to overheat. Again, it's going to pause on me again. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. Thanks for coming. Check us out. If you're watching on YouTube, check us out on Facebook, superstarseo.com/Facebook. If you're on Facebook, check us out on YouTube, superstarseo.tv, and check us out on Instagram at super. A couple more questions I'll grab just to be nice. Would like to know your outlook on the following. Say I have an e-commerce website and I use pagination. Is it good practice to use canonicals to link back to the first page? I don't do a lot of e-commerce, but it seems like it would be. It seems like that would help navigation and stuff. So send again, unfinished. Okay. Yeah, just add it in the group, dude, and I'll answer it for you as best as I can there, or somebody else will. So anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. Sorry about the issues with the camera. I'll get that sorted by next week, and we'll go from there. Thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.